It's not far to Never Never Land. No reason to pretend. When the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. All the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free.
Hey y'all folks, welcome back to the Music Mindset channel, where we dig into things that matter. Music, being in that music mindset. And as you can see, I was in that music mindset before I decided to do this video. I was just messing around and just taking a look at exactly what Mr. Cross was doing in that famous tune called Sailing. Now, y'all know that is the most beautiful song. Anyone who's ever heard that song is still in love with that song. Everything about it. In that song, we got violins, orchestra, few brass instruments in the background, and just everything. And just the right amount of percussion to make that song sound like a masterpiece. And you take it as a joke, Christopher Cross has such a beautiful voice. The tone. Now, what you were listening to was him kind of like a cappella. And when I listened to it, all of the notes are on point. There's very few sharps or flats in his singing. I mean, if I could put a description on what I can hear in his voice, it's almost his voice reminds me of like a flute. And I say that because it's just, the tone is just perfect. You know what I mean? I want to tell you a little bit about Christopher Cross, and then we're going to listen to him do a little something, and then we'll just make some comments. So hold on one second. Now let's talk about Christopher's musical journey. He began his musical journey as a young artist in the 1970s. His self-titled debut album, released in 1979, catapulted him to fame, earning him critical acclaim and multiple Grammy Awards. 1979, I was in like the 9th grade. I was just going into high school, and I was in music programs and band programs along with sports, and music was my thing. And I heard that song, and me and my group of friends, my clique of friends, we were just blown away by that. I mean, people were just so, when that song came out, it was so different at the time, because at that time there was a lot of rock and roll, rhythm and blues, and a lot of that stuff going on. And then you got this guy pop up with a, melodic, da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. It was just different, and it just blew everybody away. I can remember the day that I first heard that song. I was just like I told you before, music takes me away, just like this song. Sailing and its success. Sailing is considered one of Christopher Cross's signature songs. Released in 1980, it became an instant hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. The song's mellow and melodic nature, combined with Cross's smooth vocals, it resonated with audiences, making it an enduring favorite. So when I say, when I went into high school, it must have been, you know how years crossed each other. But I kind of specifically remember it must have been 79 going into 80. They say 80, so we'll give them 80. Now, his musical style and influence, Christopher's music is often categorized as soft rock, blending elements of pop, jazz, and adult contemporary. His songs are characterized by their sounding smooth, heartfelt lyrics and velvety smooth voice. Cross's music has influenced many artists and continues to be admired for its timeless quality. And I do mean timeless. You can play that song anytime, any generation in the future. These are the type of songs, if we're around 40, 100, 200 years from now and they pull this thing out, somebody's going to be affected by it. That's just how good that song is. Now, his Grammy success in 1981, Christopher achieved a remarkable feat by winning all 4 major Grammy Awards for his debut album, including Album of the Year, Song of the Year for Sailing, Record of the Year, and Best New Artist. This achievement solidified his place in music history and showcased his exceptional talent. He blew away the awards ceremony that year. Now, his legacy, Christopher Cross's music, including Sailing, continues to be celebrated and enjoyed by fans worldwide. The song's universal themes of introspection, longing, and the metaphorical journey of life have resonated with its listeners across generations, enduring its place as a beloved classic. Yeah, if you're here to see what I got to say about this, you already know that. You already know that. You just want somebody else to tell you. You already knew. Christopher Cross in this song, and we haven't even got to think of Laurel. Man, oh my goodness. We'll get to that later on. But this song, Sailing, I remember as a kid, I didn't know the meaning of the song. I was just a kid. What blew me away was the music. The music blew me away. The violins and the guitar strumming and stuff like that, and the piano solo. We'll get to that. That piano solo is memorable. I mean, we can all sing it word for word. We could hum it word for word. That piano solo, we know that. Christopher Cross, there's a lot that can be said about him. Yeah, and one of the things was, as a kid, when I first heard that song, I was thinking that it was talking about painting. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who made that mistake. When he said, "Oh, the canvas can do miracles." So I was thinking, okay, well, that's beautiful words. I didn't know, why is he singing about painting? And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe painting is a great thing. And it took me becoming an adult to understand that the canvas was the sail on the boat, the yacht, or whatever, you catamaran, whatever you want to call it. And that's a beautiful thing when you think about what he's trying to say about that. The canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Now, I'm not sure how much sailing Christopher's done in his life, but I guarantee you he was speaking for a lot of people that do sailing. I'm not a sailor myself, but I watch the people on the boats, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. To me, it seems a little scary and dangerous, but evidently a lot of people have fun doing that type of stuff. Let's listen to Christopher. Now, first of all, that opening, that string section, what he's doing there, that is so beautiful. I mean, that when you hear that, you know what this song, you know what's about to happen in this song, especially if you heard it before. When you hear that, you stop what you're doing, you say, here we go. Here comes Chris. You know what I mean?
Not far down to paradise, at least it's not for me. If the wind is right, you can sail away, find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not.
Man, I tell you, man, you can't do nothing but it's a type of song that makes you just wonder about everything. When I close my eyes and I listen to that, I'm just like in a, you know, I don't know, man. I may be just strange. I'm like that, but I know, growing up, that's all I did. I listened to music. Even when I was playing sports, you know, if I'm on a basketball court, I'm thinking about music. I might even have a headset on while I'm playing basketball. You know what I mean? But the song just bring on nostalgia of a better time, a greater time when things just didn't matter that much. You know what I mean? I'm sure there were some people that were going through some stuff at that time, but for me, those younger days, those different days like that, man, I tell you, I remember all I wanted to do was just get somewhere with some of my friends. I mean, I know I sound corny when I talk about music, but everything we did had something to do with music. I'm not kidding you. All the way from sixth grade, all the way through high school. And I mentioned before, even through college. In college, that's all I did. I studied, played, ran around, had girlfriends, got to the music room and got on the piano and worked on some music, worked on some songs, listened to some songs, picked through some records to try to learn things. That's all we did. Everything had something to do with music. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to start a channel like this. I had thought about it years ago, but one reason I wanted to do it because I realized I got a lot of personal knowledge about music and effects that it has on the psyche. And as I grow with this channel, I'm going to be giving you a lot of that. I'm going to give you some music off the keyboard. I'm going to give you I might even bust out some vocals on you. Yeah, some of you asked on other channel. Yeah, I did release some records in the past, and I have done some vocals. But one thing at a time. This is not about me. This is about the music and about the effect that it has on our life and the effect that it can have on our life. Let's listen to Christopher one more time. Wow. That's all I can say. I'd like to know what this song meant to a lot of you guys. I know you got some stories to tell me about that. And I'm going to look forward to reading some of that stuff in the comment. And y'all give me some advice about some other stuff I should be listening to. But this particular song right here, the awards show that it was a great song. The population response to it. You look on the internet, the searches for it. It was a great song. A very great song. And I'm going to wrap this one up off that. I'm going to take you back out with a little bit of Christopher. And I'm going to look forward to seeing you guys next time. I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing. Remember, I'm just starting this. I'm getting my feet wet. Bear with me. Be patient with me. Give me some advice. And bear with some of the mistakes I might make. But stick with me. And let's see where this goes. I appreciate you guys coming to the Music Mindset channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. Thanks.